Hi kids, welcome back. This week's video is going to be about it's happening, isn't it? Oh no. Oh, I hate it when that happens. That's better. Roll the new credits. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As you may not know, I used to have long hair. It was long hair for a movie that was going to happen but didn't happen, so I've decided to get it cut again. Anyway, and new opening credits. What do you think of them? The reason for the regeneration, in a number of ways, is that this channel is slowly flying towards their 1,000 subscribers mark, and I thought in order to help things along, I need to tell YouTube algorithm gods what this channel is about. So in the past, I have talked about eye operations and how I'm feeling and general thoughts about life, the universe, and everything. But I think that might be confusing YouTube a little bit. They're like, who do we send these videos to? It's like a diary. No one's interested in that. So I have slightly focused more on the science fiction side of things now. I'll still be giving you occasional thoughts and feelings about stuff, but I'm going to keep the sort of day-to-day ponderings generally to one side and focus more on TV, film. It's all going to be sci-fi and geeky stuff. TV, film, events, conventions that I go to, and building things. For those of you who have just joined, hello. 30-odd people have subscribed in the last couple of days, which is fantastic. Thank you and welcome on board. I have been I'm a published author, an artist. I've done some acting, done some directing, but I have built a lot of things, props and costumes and sets and all sorts of stuff for film and TV in the past. And I still like making stuff. So currently this video is focusing on two things that I'm making at the same time. One is Marvin the Paranoid Android, a 3D printed kit that I bought a good while ago and haven't got round to finishing. So we're going to do some painting on that today. And the other thing is taking part in Bill Making Stuff's Big Bot Bash, which he does every March, which gives us 27 days roughly to create a generated character from random categories. And I had my categories picked by some subscribers a while ago, and I'm currently building this thing. More about that when we get upstairs. Okay, let's do that. Okay, robot time. So here is the head of the robot. I'm going to be doing a kind of a bit more comprehensive breakdown, but the most recent thing I've done is add this little kind of Iron Man piece to his forehead there. Nothing else I've added, but it's coming along. These two vacant holes are going to be just eye holes. He's got no other facial features apart from some slight detail, because vacant was the category for the head. Did a little bit more work on the legs. As you can see, the bottom legs come from a robot kit anyway, which is probably cheating. I filled all the holes with milliput. I've added to, they're actually threaded things from a selfie stick to add a bit more detail to those. These are also from the selfie stick, the rubber mats that I've put them on back to front and glued them on with a bit of super glue and some baking soda. What else have I done? A little bit of milliput around the edges there. It was actually spare milliput I had left over, so I thought of somewhere to put it and I left it there. These still come apart to fit into the hips, so let's get those out. Done quite a bit of work on the torso because I don't like the shape that I've made the body out of these two pudding bowls. So there's some milliput holding the sides on. I've used what was going to be the feet and the joints for the feet,
either side as shoulders. So I'm going to find a way of connecting these to the arms, which I'll show you in a sec. Glued some detail on there, that piece on there, some blanking plates made of EVA foam, and it helps things stick to other things. These two brackety type things have fit nicely there. I still may put something on the middle of the chest. And anything on the back? Not yet. I'm going to cover up this ugly milliput with some other greeblies and stuff. And he's got to have spikes, so I think I'm going to use some big plastic spikes on his back. Spikes was the category for the body. So the hips are down here. It's one of those head-mounted torches, but that fits this really nicely. Oh, just popped out a thing on the back, never mind. Glue that back on. So that's our body so far. I don't know if he will stand up on his own. He will if you balance him. Can you see him? That's not too bad. Yeah, so I'm going to put a lot of wires going from the torso into the head. I'm going to probably beef up this selfie stick joint for the head. The head fits in. Where's the head? In here. There we go. He's going to be about 17 inches tall, I think. I think that was what I worked out. I mean, he can be taller if you do that. But we'll leave that like that for now so he doesn't fall over. Arms. Done a bit of work on the arms. I've used the elbow joints from the remote control robot. Used the clear test tubes to extend the arms. That's the top end, so that'll be shoulder, which will connect somehow to that. And the reason his arms are so long is the category for arms was the word drag. So I want them so long that they'll probably drag on the floor. Except they won't be dragging. He's also, the category for the entire robot itself, the flavor as they call it, is assassin. So I want to give him a very long sniper rifle. The orange bits are from Nerf guns, and that's from a coat hanger. But look, it can get even bigger. I'm going to put a handle and some other bits and bobs. I think I'll probably use this as a telescopic sight, if I can mount that up there somehow. And that's his very big sniper rifle. He can put it on his back, but I think I'll have him holding the rifle. At the moment, he's very jointed. I might end up gluing him into place so he's more of a statue. It's fun to have a jointed thing, but things fall off, it falls over, etc., etc. Not a big fan of jointed things that are just going to be on display. So I've got two arms. I've got the hands here, which also come from the remote control robot. I know I'm using a lot of remote control robot, but I don't want to build hands from scratch. I quite like it's got a opposable thumb, but I've got to find a way. I need to beef up the arms and attach those in a much better way than just gluing them on. I want them to have some sort of posing going on, just so I can get it to hold, you know, the rifle. So maybe the one hand can go like that, holding the rifle, and the other hand will be on the handle of the rifle. Anyway, that is what we are at so far. As I say, I'm going to do a much bigger reveal on the 27th. But time is moving on. I need to get this guy painted as soon as possible. I don't know what color I'm going to have him, but he is an assassin, so he should be ideally, you know, camouflaged or dark, as would be fit an assassin. As I was saying before I got so rudely interrupted, I'm going to have to think about a paint scheme. I'm going to use what paints I've got left. I've got some dark colors there, some greens and blacks and stuff. I don't want him to be too boring, but then again, I don't want him to be too colorful. But I think we'll get there. I'm going to start attaching the arms now, finishing off the hands and the rifle, and then I think I might beef up the knee joints a little bit. They're a little bit skinny, and the legs category was chunky. So it's got to be chunkier. But other than that, he's nearly done. I just want to have a good few days to paint because, you know, when you spray things, they need 24 hours to go off. And then I get the brushes on and the humbrolls, etc., and some weathering. I might have to put him on a base too. So we'll see how that goes. As regards Marvin in the background, I've given him 2 coats of silver, which is very, very bright. I thought it would be darker than that. I may dim him down a little bit because that is too bright for Marvin. He's almost a shiny kind of grey. But as we go through the pieces, I've had to turn them around, give them multiple coats. It's got almost a hammered feel to it. If you look underneath the circle of the head there and the back of the head, it's almost a kind of slightly hammerite. It's not supposed to be hammerite. Obviously, under the arm there, it needs painting, but also needs chroming under there. So I may use tape, I may use my chrome pen. But we shall see how it goes. I can't touch any of those pieces because they still need finishing off, and I'm not sure if the paint's dry. But it's looking exciting. I really love Marvin. I did build a full-size one a couple of years ago, and I'll show you that in a sec.
You want me to sit in a corner and rust or just fall apart where I'm standing?
So this is the full-size Marvin that I made. It took me 4 years. That's me wearing it. It's extremely heavy. It's got a built-in voice box that I'm pressing random quotes through a switch inside the hands. There are people across the road laughing at me. And I'm steering the head. I'm looking through the eyes, and I'm steering the head with my chin. My friend Steve is filming this. He helped me very much with sanding parts. Poor fools. He now lives in Milton Keynes in the Science Fiction Museum. So that's nice, isn't it?
So there you have it. I hope you found that mildly interesting. I could keep talking about Firefly because there's constant conversation going on about, you know, whether people like or dislike the plans for the new Firefly animated thing. We will be talking about that very soon, on top of all the other sci-fi and Oscars news and other things coming up. And if there's anything you would like to see or plug, I'm open to being sponsored. I have a sponsor for this channel, but I'm also open to plugging other people's things. You could always speak to me, and if there's things you would like to see more of or less of, feel free to let me know. Just in case, I say this in almost every video, if you've just joined and you're not aware, I really don't entertain bad vibes, edgelords and negativity down in the comments section. So if you feel like being insulting or starting an argument with someone else, do it somewhere else. I'm old. I don't have the time to gleefully watch people rip each other to shreds. The world is negative enough as it is. I want this to be a place of cool vibes where everyone can relax and enjoy themselves. So if you want to say something a bit negative, think of a better way of saying it. Just be polite. That's all you got to do, really. Or if you can't be polite and you want to just really rip into someone or me, have at it, because I moderate all my comments and the nasty ones never show up and you get banned from the channel. Because, again, I don't have time for bad vibes. Anyway, with all that housekeeping out the way, I hope you stick around. Let me know what you're into, what you're up to. Are you building robots? Do you like robots? Do you not like robots? What sort of stuff, films and TV are you into? And I will see you either on Tuesday or Saturday. Definitely Tuesdays, sometimes Saturdays. Anyway, take care now. Bye-bye then.